Hey, we're back. Laurie, Lane-Zucker, impact entrepreneur, and I've got just a few minutes of time with Patrick Briaud. Is that pronounced right?
Briaud, it's French. It's tricky.
Patrick is with Rockefeller Philanthropy Advisors. You guys do such amazing work. Can you give me a kind of overview of what you're focusing on right now? You're really focused on impact investing at RPA, right?
Right. Yeah, our legacy is pure philanthropy coming out of the Rockefeller family office, but my focus is on impact investing. So how do we activate historically the donors that we work with, essentially the 5% program dollars that we've helped with strategy, and extend that out to the 95%. So usually starting with PRIs, recoverable grants, guarantees, and trying to get it much more into the MRI space.
Now you have a initiative. It's a collaborative initiative with Skoll and Draper Richards. I know Ford Foundation is also involved in that. Can you describe that a little bit for me?
Sure. So it's a scaling solutions towards system change, which is a mouthful and a lot of buzzwords. But essentially, what are best practice related to engaging funders and their activities with each other and with grantees and even investees to help scale. So a lot of them align with another kind of funder movement called trust-based philanthropy. How do you transfer trust from the funder or investor to the grantee, investee, because they're the experts doing the hard work. So how do you unburden them with onerous, application and reporting requirements, and say, here's multi-year general operating grants, or here's very flexible capital that you can really go and do what you need to with it. So in its third phase now, and then you've been involved in the sort of 1/3 of it, which has been focused on impact investing and the role of philanthropy, and how do you actually activate philanthropic community to participate in field building and help essentially continue building this movement of impact investing.
Yeah, I should just reference the fact that Patrick mentioned that we had worked on the Scaling Solutions Initiative, or with the Scaling Solutions Initiative. We did an international leadership summit that was the summer of 2018. We produced 2 reports for the philanthropy sector coming out of that. Both of those are available on Impact Entrepreneur's website. That's right there. Patrick, I know you have to run to a meeting. Is one last question though. I know that you're as passionate about the subject of integrated finance and the kind of bringing of philanthropic funding and funding instruments under kind of a same strategic umbrella as private capital, in order to produce a more sophisticated and efficient funding mechanism for what we might call impact economy building, or at least say a more efficient way of funding early stage social enterprises. Can you say a few words about that?
Sure. And maybe a good example of it right now that's building momentum is MacArthur's work with the Catalytic Capital Consortium. Essentially, how do you activate grant dollars, or traditionally grant dollars, to either prove models, build the field, de-risk traditional investments, so that you can bring promising social entrepreneurs or social solutions to scale. We don't take a view on what is impact investing in the sense that we want to help the folks that want to do ESG screens on their public equities to go and do that well. We also want to empower those who have that risk capital to do really interesting things with it, rather than just a lot of philanthropy is reactive, traditional project-based grants. And we want to shift that and activate really the risk society's risk capital, if you will, which is the hope for philanthropy. And unfortunately, it's sometimes the very opposite of being very risk averse.
Patrick, thanks so much for coming by. Appreciate